Hi everyone, I'm True Soul, and this is a Marvel Legends collection update video. So yeah guys, I actually have two Marvel Legend action figures that I've been waiting to get here for a while, and they actually came a little sooner than I expected. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the review. The first action figure that I got for you guys today, I got from Entertainment Earth, which I believe it was an exclusive, and that is the Marvel Legends Retro Black Cat. So yeah guys, I think I ordered this, in November 2020? Yep, I ordered it in November, and it definitely took a pretty good while to get to me. There was a long period of time where it didn't even get shipped for like weeks, and I was starting to get a little worried because Entertainment Earth's been giving me a little bit of trouble when it comes to actually getting my figures to me. They do eventually get it, it's just it takes so long, it's kind of inconvenient for when I want to do toy reviews. So this is probably going to be the last figure that I get from Entertainment Earth for a while. But let's not dwell too much on the negative stuff. I have the figure now, so let's go ahead and get straight into the review. Now, this black cat that we have here is the one from the, I believe, Spider-Man, the animated series, which was, and actually it still is, probably my favorite Marvel cartoon. I did think it was a little odd that this black cat came with the certain accessories that it did, because when I was watching that show as a kid, Black Cat never really came off as the Marvel version of Catwoman, but considering the fact that this action figure comes with a whip and a black cat, it kind of feels that way now, but we'll talk more about the accessories later. But yeah guys, I actually kind of really like this it's a very simplistic look. I know that there have been a couple other black cats that they released that kind of had like extra like designs and stuff on them, but I never really cared much for those ones, which is why I'm really glad that they made this one. Just a nice sleek look, just regular old black with the white gloves and the little furry things around them. So pretty much like from the show that I watched growing up, so I really like that a lot. One thing that I also noticed about this female action figure is that the Black Cat's a little bit more bulkier than some of the other female figures that I've had, like the Jean Grey and my Dazzler and Invisible Woman, stuff like that, which I actually kind of like a lot, because I have been talking about the female action figures did sometimes look kind of fragile, like they could break at any moment. Not as much as the Star Wars Black Series female action figures, because I have had some close calls almost breaking those, but I kind of like that this black cat's a little bit more, I guess, muscly, how shall we say. I remember back when I used to watch the old show, in that show, I don't know if it's actually accurate or not, but she had like a version of like the super soldier serum that they gave Captain America back in the day. At least in that show she did. I don't know if that's actually accurate to the comics, because I didn't read any comic books that had Black Cat in them. But yeah, I do kind of like that about this figure, and I kind of wish they would start doing that a little bit more with the female action figures. But anyway, really like the overall look of this Catwoman. Oops, did I say Catwoman? I meant Black Cat. I knew I was going to do that during this review. Oh man. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move on to articulation, which, like most Marvel action figures, is actually pretty good articulation. One thing I will say though is with this black cat, her single jointed arms, she actually can't really get a 90-degree bend all the way in them, which is a little sad, so it makes it a little bit harder to put her in certain poses. Also, as usual, which is a problem with sadly a lot of the female figures, is the sculpted hair piece does hinder head movement quite a bit, but that's mostly how it is with all of the female figures that have like long hair. It's gonna hinder articulation. I kind of wish they would make it out of a slightly more softer material so you could move it easier, but hey, it's not too big of a deal since I've come to expect that from the female action figures as of late, so not really too bent out of shape about that. One thing that I do also like about this black cat is the accessories that she comes with. Now, she comes with a whip, which I was a little iffy about because I never really saw her use a whip a whole lot in the Spider-Man cartoon that I watched. And just it being in there, it kind of felt a little too Catwoman-y, which I know for probably a lot of fans out there, Black Cat's just the Marvel version of Catwoman, but she never really felt like that to me, which is why I didn't really care much for the whip. But it is a pretty cool accessory. It's not just a stiff piece of plastic like I thought it was going to be. It's actually pretty flexible, although it does kind of like pop right back into its original form that it was in if you try to like stretch it or pull it. So I don't really have too much of a problem with that, and it looks cool whenever you're posing her. So I'm not gonna really give a whole lot of gripes about that. And they also included a literal black cat in here. Now, right off the bat, when I saw this black cat, it reminded me of the little cat that, if any of you guys have the MCU version of Captain Marvel, there was a cat that came with her, and this black cat looks exactly like that one, except it's black. I don't know. It seems like a nice little accessory. I mean, I like it. Probably take a few pictures of her and different figures that I have holding the cat. But mostly I'm just glad to have another Spider-Man associated character on my shelf. Because right now the only sort of Spider-Man associated people that I have is Spider-Man himself and Green Goblin. So it's definitely nice to have Black Cat in my collection. But now, guys, we're going to be moving on to the second action figure that I have for today. And that is the Target exclusive Retro Rogue. Now, I did not get this from Target. I got it off of eBay for about 40 something bucks. But it was worth it because it got here extremely fast. And sadly, when I go to my Target, the exclusives are nowhere to be found, sadly. But let's not dwell too much on that. Let's go ahead and get straight into the review. Now, this is the Rogue that I am the most familiar with. Growing up, I used to watch X-Men the animated series. So this is probably my this is our essential Rogue for me, an essential Rogue for my collection of X-Men. So I don't see myself getting another Rogue anytime soon. But yeah, guys, I'm really digging just the overall outfit, this is my first time having it in toy form. You know, green and yellow is pretty cool. Seeing the figure now, I just remembered that she has like those really long boots, which I never really paid too much attention to in the show for some reason. But having an actual figure of it now, I actually notice a little bit more. I'm also really digging how they like sculpted the bandana onto her head, and it's like in between like her forehead and her hair. I also think that's pretty cool. One thing that I do have a problem with, though, and it's not the fact that the hair is really thick and it hinders articulation, because I expected that. What I have a gripe with is her top part of her torso. You can kind of see it sticking out on the side of her jacket, which looks a little off, and I don't really think there's a way how I can fix that. But if you pose her in the right position, you're not even going to see that at all, so I'm not going to really let that get under my skin. Also, unlike the Black Cat, Rogue actually has a 90-degree bend on her arm. But to be honest with you guys, the real reason why I decided to get this Target exclusive Rogue as opposed to getting, or at least trying to get, the Rogue that they first came out with, is because this Rogue actually comes with a gloveless hand, which I felt like Rogue always needed that, because, you know, in the show she would always like, you know, take her gloves off so she could like touch people and get their powers, right? But the Rogue action figures never had that, and this Rogue actually has that. She has one gloveless hand, and she also has like another like hand that's like holding the glove that she took off, which I think is like really cool. Like, that alone was one reason why I just said like I have to get this figure. So yeah, my X-Men collection is coming together pretty nicely. I still need to get a Storm, I still need to get a Beast, a Gambit, a Jubilee, and I need to get a Professor Charlie Xavier, but we're getting there, okay? Baby steps, guys, we're getting there. I just haven't found a Storm that I really want to get, and I don't know. Primarily the reason kind of has to do with just the overall, like, how Marvel Legends makes their female figures. And what I mean by that is you could just take a male Marvel Legends action figure and a female Marvel Legends action figure. You'll notice that the females don't have an ab crunch, which I always thought. They have a swivel like in their torso, but like they don't have an ab crunch. I think if they had an ab crunch, they would be able to get way more articulation than, you know, they have now. I also feel like they should start giving the females, I feel like they should start giving them either, find a way to give them double jointed elbows, or if not, make the groove, like the bend in their arm, maybe make it a little deeper so they can get past 90 degrees. Because there's some of the poses that I want to get, you know, these figures in, I can't get them in because there's just certain posable features that they don't have. And that does make me kind of sad, because if I want to get a better articulated, you know, Marvel superhero or female superhero, I would have to go get something from like SH Figure Arts or something, which costs more, and I don't feel like always doing that. But that's a small little rant. I'm not gonna go too on about that. I'm really glad to have these figures though, and who knows, hopefully maybe somewhere down the line Marvel Legends will upgrade the basic female body that they keep using over and over again. But yeah, guys, comment down below whether you have these figures or not, and what do you guys think about them? Well, that's gonna do it for me, guys. I do hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to follow me on my Instagram, as I'll stay updated to whenever I have plans to upload a video, as well as see exclusive photos that you do not see in my videos. Well, alright guys, until then, be sure to like, subscribe, and go check out my channel for other videos. Catch you later.